Hi, how are we doing? I'm very excited today because we're finally talking about leigh-anne's debut solo album. My ego told me to. Guys, this one's a banger and I'm very excited to talk to you about it. So let's start with a little track by track. Starting off with the first song on the album, Look Into My Eyes. This honestly is such a banner and such a great way to open an album. Like, you really just like throw in the punches immediately first on, and I love it. I also think this has insane vocals on it, and it kind of is a mix between kind of like a club and a tropical vibe, which I really enjoyed. And because of like the mix of the insane vocals and the tropical vibes, it does kind of read very mermaid, very siren-y, and I love it. Then we have Then and Gone. And this one we of course know already because it had been released as a single, but honestly I still love it. I think it's a very badass, confident song and about shedding your old self and coming into your best self instead, and I love it. Then we have Revival. And this one, I wasn't too crazy about it. I don't know, something about it, I just didn't really connect with it. But I didn't really like the vibe of it and of course the message. So I think maybe if I listen to this more, I will like it a bit more. Then we have Been a Minute, another single from the album, and I can't sit still to this track. It's such a danceable one. It's so fun, it's so sexy, I love it. Yeah, that's all I gotta know. Then we have Goodbye, Good Morning. And this one has a very different vibe from the rest of the album. It also kind of feels the most little mixy to me, and I feel like this is, now that we have all three solo albums, of course, I feel like each of the girls so far, like Jade, Perry and leigh-anne, all three of them, have had one song on their album and it kind of feels very little mixed, and I feel like this is the one for leigh-anne, but like it still feels very her, so I really like it. Also, just, I don't know, I like the vibe of it. I couldn't help but kind of like sway along to this one a little bit, and I thought it was fun. Then we have Burning Up. Again, another one that we already got as a single, and another one that's just very fun, very danceable, very sensual and sexy as well, and a lot of which the vocals are just so strong, and I love it. Then we have Most Wanted. And again, not a single, so I already love this one, knew this one, and this one is just such a confidence radiating song. Like, everything about it just screams confidence. Also, I like the feature on it, and it's just a really strong banner in my opinion. Then we have Best Version of Me. And from this point onwards, I feel like we get very vulnerable with this album, and this is such a great song within that kind of aspect of this album. It's so beautiful, it's very fun, very danceable melody wise, but then like if you listen to the lyrics, it's heart-wrenching, it's very vulnerable, very beautiful. And I don't know, I feel like the first half of the album was very like confidence forward, and this song is kind of about like the struggles to get to that confidence a little bit, and I really like it. Then we have Me Minus You. This is just such a beautiful love song. It immediately found its way to my heart. I just thought it was so beautiful. It's a bit more stripped back compared to the rest of the album, but it works really well, and again, insane vocals on this one. Absolutely love it. And we have Sunrise. This is such a vibe, very danceable as well, very sensual as well, and I don't know, I really liked it. Then we have You Are a Star, Interlude. And I'm not like a big interlude person because I always think it works really well when you're listening to the album as a whole. When you're trying to just like randomly listen to songs, it always just kind of feels a bit odd. But this one I did quite like. It definitely made me very emo, very like in my feels, because it is, I believe, leigh-anne's parents just like basically saying like how proud they are of her and like her in her journey. I don't know, it got me emo. Then we have Free. And honestly, this song just has the perfect title. Everything about it just feels so free, and I don't know, I couldn't sit still to it either, and I loved it. We have Tied Up Skirt. This is another very sexy and confident song, very much a vibe, and I liked it. And next we have Talk to Me Nice. Another really fun song. Something I really liked about this is at first I thought like, oh, another really sweet love song, and I was like, oh no, this one's dirty. And I feel like throughout the entire song, it really kept that balance between like being very sweet, lovey-dovey, while also being, you know, about sex and dirty and that sense. And it's really unexpected. I don't think I've come across a song like this before, but I quite like it. And then lastly, we have Heaven. And talking about things that make me emo, this definitely did it. It's such a stunning song, and honestly a perfect way to wrap up this album. And it just, I don't know, I thought it was very beautiful. And then the ending, like the outro with her daughters, it got me going. I cried. So of course, perfect ending to the whole album. Yeah, it already brings us to my overall thoughts on the album. And in case it wasn't obvious, I love this album. It is such a banger. Like that's the best way to describe it. I feel like leigh-anne is doing such a great job, kind of making very danceable, very confident, sexy tracks while also having that hint of vulnerability in it. I really liked it, and I feel like leading up to this album release, leigh-anne often talked about she had this concept of like the two alter egos, the green one and the red one, and I feel like it's very clear throughout this album because you have like the very confident, very sexy songs, the very bold, very out there songs. Then you have the ones that are a bit more quieter, a bit more vulnerable, and still have that confidence and sexiness in it, but also just like feel a bit more settled, if that makes sense. And I really like the dichotomy of the two while still telling one big journey together, which is one of finding yourself and finding love and passion and feeling confident and sexy. I don't know, I just thought it was such a well-crafted album, and I'm so proud of again. Like she definitely, I'm so glad that she decided to part ways with a record label and go independent, if this is what came out of it, because it is so good. I feel like so representative of her as an artist. So I don't know, I'm obsessed with it. I really loved it. I'm picking a top 3 was really hard, but at the moment, after my first time listening to it, this is it. Because at the number 1 spot, I have Best Version of Me. At number 2, Me Minus You. And at number 3, Heaven. But I can already see that changing as I listen to these albums more and kind of depending on what vibe I'm in as well personally. And I don't know, I just highly recommend you listen to this if you haven't yet. It's so good. But if you have listened to it yet, let me know in the comments what you thought of it. What are your favorite songs? And hopefully I'll see you next time. Good. Bye.